There's no correlation to anything else. That's a myth.
I know that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Should I be really blunt with it?
Go on.
So they like big hands because they got big fingers for fingering.
Oh.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to 30 Years and Running. I'll be your host, Christian, and each week my friends and I will be looking at life seen through the eyes of 30-somethings. Whether it's things like dating, social media, or mental health, we'll be looking at the past, present, and future of being in your 30s. Just having a little chin wag, you daft man. You love it, don't you?
You are mildly amusing. I'll give you that.
Just mildly.
Just mildly amusing.
That's a little bit offensive, but
why? It's a compliment.
I'm highly amusing.
Why do you always bat away my compliments?
Because that was a backhanded compliment.
No, it wasn't. It was a good one. I don't call anyone amusing.
If you say so.
In fact, nobody really makes me laugh. Just a compliment.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Speaking of welcome to 30 Years and Running. Welcome back, Emma.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
You okay? How are you?
Good. Doing good. I'm pleased that I've been invited back again.
Of course. We had a good part 1 and part 2, so it'd be rude not to invite you back. So
and so much
I'm glad
that you
decided
didn't
to come
cover.
back. Yes, this is true. And for those who are wondering why I didn't kind of speak too much on my previous experiences on dating, there will be more to come. There will be a part 3, a part 4, possibly a part 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's that much content that we could actually fill that. So
there's a lot of
fear
things
not,
we
people.
could talk about. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, in case you have been living under a rock for the last couple of weeks,
and if you have, I'm
going to fill you in. So Emma was previously on a dating episode, so part 1 and part 2, and now this is the one that people have been waiting for.
Is it the one that everybody?
Yeah. Aside, I think I was saying this to you earlier, but aside from dating, like sex is the one that people want to hear about because there's some freaks out there. So yeah, we're going to be talking about sex. Let's talk about sex, baby.
That's the kind of music we need.
I may switch up the track and put that on for this. No, I won't.
Why?
Consistency. I like the track that I've got. So
I'm not going to go there with you in consistency, but okay.
Fine.
All right.
Have it your way. So I suppose, I guess probably a good place to start off with. Actually, I'm gonna pitch a question to you straight off the bat.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Why do I feel like sweaty and hot and under the mic?
Maybe it's the light, or is it just hormones, or is it just I don't know, all of the above?
It's all of the above.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
So here's a question. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think this is a fitting one because we've talked about dating before. Let's link the sex chat to dating. So, question number 1: sex on the first date, yay or nay?
All right, I'd be lying if I said I haven't. Shock. And I'm
Horror.
a good Catholic girl at that.
Good Christian girl.
Right? Yes.
Good strong morals.
A
And
fallen Catholic, obviously.
Mm-hmm. That halo, by the way, of yours is like way over there.
It's just broken, isn't
just
it? Smashed to smithereens.
Yeah, literally.
Not something I usually go with, no.
Fair enough. Any particular reason why?
As though, yes, Emma, that is the right answer.
Go on.
I just don't think after you've met somebody once, really, like even if you've been speaking online or text or calls, etc., kind of that time in person, I don't think you really know enough about them. And I like to see how like kind of the vibe and the personality unfolds.
Mm. So I don't have a problem with it. Obviously, I'm going to say that because I'm a guy. But I don't have a...
You took the words right out of my mouth.
I thought I'd beat you to the punch. I don't have a problem with it because... So there's a couple of things, really. So the first thing is I don't think that time has a big bearing on how you feel about someone. I've met some people, and this isn't even to do with sex per se. It's just you meet...
And it was love at first sight?
No, you meet some people and you just instantly click, right?
Mm-hmm.
versus people who you might have known for a longer period of time and you maybe don't know as well, or you don't get on so well with. And so I think sex for me kind of falls within that realm as well. Like, I think you can meet someone, you can click with someone, and I just think if you want to have sex with them, why not on the first date? I also think, so this is the second part, I also think, me personally, I think that women are sometimes they're too afraid to have sex on the first date.
Afraid?
Yeah, afraid to have sex on the first date
Because?
because they worry about how the guy might perceive them, or even more broadly speaking, how society might see them. So like the stereotypical view is for guys to have sex on the first date, it's like, wee, lad. But for girls to have sex on the first date, it's like, to put it pretty bluntly, it's like you're a bit of a slut.
Okay, so
To clarify, I completely disagree with. And to go back to my first point, I just think if you like someone, if you get on, if you want to have sex with them, regardless if you're a guy or a girl, more power to you. No problems.
Yeah, and I don't think it's that per se. I guess, for me, I know that kind of who you first meet and who you first kind of talk to and encounter is not necessarily all of that person. And personally,
True.
I just like to know a little bit more about them.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's not about the, I'm concerned how people are going to see me. No, I'm not.
But to be fair, you might be alright with that. But I know when I've spoken to some of my girlfriends,
yeah, absolutely,
they're kind of worried about not society, but I think they feel the pressure from society.
But what is the lad's kind of perspective and talk on this? So if they've met a girl, right, and things have happened after one night, what would he then go back and talk with his mates about?
Me personally, nothing.
Not you personally, but your friends. What would they say?
I don't know. It's kind of difficult because a lot of my friends, they're in long-term relationships anyway. But if we're talking hypothetically speaking, not much. To be honest, within my friendship group, we don't really talk about that much. Even when everybody was single, we never really. It wasn't a case of where like in the group
You'd
chat.
go and compare notes.
No, not even, to be fair. It wasn't a case where in the group chat someone would like pop up randomly, be like, "Oh, guess what I did? I just had sex on the first date, blah blah blah," and it was like this, that, and the other.
Pop up randomly.
Just like doo-doo, like that.
Boing.
Little, yeah, boing. That's the wrong sound effect for this. So, yeah, but yeah, I think within my friendship group, it never really happened like that.
Then I think your friendship group is probably like a sort of unique one.
Maybe, but then I don't know. I feel like it's just the stereotypical view to think that in group chats, in guy group chats, like
I've
that
got
this
a lot
kind
of
of
guy
chat.
friends who've shown me messages
Really?
like that.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Then obviously we're just like a really
You're just
cultured bunch in
really
my team.
Good bunch
from
of
good-
wholesome
We
boys.
just come from good stock.
Yes. Yeah.
Shout out all the Mandan, by the way. But yeah, yeah, like literally, I'm literally trying to think. Like, from my knowledge, I don't think anybody's been like popped up and been like, "Oh my, guess what happens on this first date that happened." So yeah, we're all, like you say, a wholesome bunch, really. But yeah, just to kind of draw a line under it as well. Like, I've got zero problems with people having sex on the first date because I just think, just broadly speaking, if you like someone, regardless of whether you've known them, on the first date or however long, if that's what you want to do, more power to you.
Yep.
So
There's no shade here.
okay, no shade here. That's good to know. You look a bit
What?
shady at the moment.
What? Why do I look shady right now?
I don't know. You look like it looks like you're looking into my soul, and you're like, Christian, why are you saying this blasphemous shit?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm not. I'm really not. I just know that there are people out there who wouldn't be up for that at all, and a lot of that is about what other people would think or say. But I guess
Each
you
your
have to be
own.
comfortable with you.
Do you know what? I feel like I've said each your own a lot on these episodes, but I genuinely think that that's the case
That is
here.
your catchphrase.
Should I print off some t-shirts just saying each your own?
Yes.
That's not very. It's not very like esoteric, is it? But I don't know. But yeah, sex on the first date, fine. Tick. That's all good. So remind me, sorry, did you say that you've never done it before? Or
Oh, I
you?
have. I have.
You're like,
Oh, I have.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
I have, yeah. But kind of, generally speaking, it's not something that I would lead with.
Okay.
Why are you winking at me like that?
I just thought it was quite funny.
Comical way. Yeah. Yeah. In my limited experience, I just don't
Your
think...
limited Catholic
in
experience.
my limited good Catholic girl experience, I don't think it leads anywhere good.
So this is the next part I wanted to talk about, actually, because I think a lot of times, I think boys to a lesser extent, but especially women, they kind of assume that if you sleep with someone on the first date, not only does some instances it makes them feel like a quote-unquote slut, but they also think that in terms of if they're looking for something more with this guy or woman, like, is it going to happen because they feel they gave it way too easily? And my answer to that is, I don't think it does, to be fair, because I've never... So
if
just
the
for
guy's
clarity,
going to be an idiot, he's going to be an idiot after
exactly
3 months or 6 months, etc. I think it's more the chemicals.
Yeah, so this is the time point that I was going back to. But I can say, so I've had like one night stands before. I know.
Gosh.
Sorry, Mum, if you're watching this, which you're not gonna watch this because I'm gonna tell you not to.
Change my whole opinion of you.
No, but I've said, sorry, I should rephrase. Like, I've slept with people on the first date, but that hasn't really changed my opinion of the person. Like, I've slept with people on the first date, and I've gone on multiple dates with them afterwards. And why are you laughing? What?
Nothing.
No, go on.
No.
Let's speak up, Emma.
No. I'm just...
You've got the microphone in your hand. Let's put it to good use.
I'm just thinking. No, I'm not going to say yeah. It will come out later.
Go on, let's hear it.
No, I can't even really.
I don't need these
formulate.
judging eyes on me.
Judging
eyes, yeah.
No,
really judgy eyes.
No.
Anywho, I was just going to say, so I've slept with people on the first date, and why is this funny? What's funny?
I mean, it was the pizza.
Tell me
I'm sorry.
Yeah, tell me you've seen RS, by the way.
No.
Roll safe? Nothing? No, nothing. Oh my god, this joke's lost on you then. What's funny? Oh my god. Carry on, sorry. So why were you judging me?
I'm not judging you. I just didn't really imagine you as that kind.
And what's that kind?
The sort of guy who's itching to get a girl into bed.
That's no. So
and I'm assuming it was you dragging her here, kicking and screaming, and her saying, "No,
yeah. No,
we
this
shouldn't.
is making it.
No, we shouldn't." And you're like, "Yeah, come on."
No. So yeah, I'm not Quagmire. I'm not dragging girls off on the first date or anything like that. But I can say, like, me sleeping with people on the first date, like, I can count it on one hand, to be honest.
One hand and 1 foot.
Oh, here we go. Judgy McJudgerson.
How am I judging you?
Oh. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I can't even remember what my point was going to be now. Thanks.
Sorry.
It's all right. Yeah, I can't remember.
Sex with people on the first date. Not something I'd really go for usually, but hey, it happens.
Yeah. And sorry, I think that's where I was going to get to. So I've been on multiple dates with them afterwards, and the reason why it may or may not have worked out has literally had nothing to do with sex. But I think the perception is, especially in my opinion, from the female side, is why a relationship might not work out is because you might have had sex on the first date.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in that.
Men are sort of hunters.
Here we go. You're going to psychoanalyze us now.
I'm not analysing anybody. I'm just going to put this out there.
Okay.
Right, and they like to work hard. So if
That's a lie. Sorry, carry on.
No, I don't want to carry on.
No, go on.
Okay, so they like to work hard. So if everything is out there on offer, like at the first hurdle, it's over.
Disagree.
The chase is over.
So for me, this is going to sound weird, right? But let me see if I can articulate this. If I have sex on a first date with someone, I weirdly respect them more than if they said to me, no, I have to wait until like the third date. For some reason.
Yeah, but if anyone turned around to you and said, right, I have to wait until, the moon is in this house in the sky, or it's got to be X amount of weeks. No. Right, I'm not saying that. I guess I'm saying that could be 2 weeks in, it could be 8 weeks in, it could be a year in. I guess it's like how comfortable you feel.
Yeah, but like a lot of girls I know have said they won't sleep with anybody until the third date. And
What
I'm
is
like,
this third date myth?
I don't know. I was hoping you could like shed some light on it, but like that's just my experience, and that's what I've had basically. But the reason why I was saying I respect them more if they sleep with me on the first date is because I kind of know that they don't, or I kind of sense that they don't feel that pressure within themselves or likewise from society to sleep with someone on the third date or whenever the quote unquote socially acceptable time to sleep with someone is. And just again, more broadly speaking, it just makes you think if they're comfortable doing that, then they're comfortable in their own skin, and there could actually be some kind of relationship there. And I know that sounds really kind of far-fetched, but that's generally how I feel. I just think if someone doesn't care about not caring about sleeping with me on the first date, I just think they're comfortable in their own skin, they're really self-assured, and that's attractive to me. But obviously I'm going to say that because I'm a guy, but like that's generally how I feel. I can guarantee I've never ever felt if I sleep with someone on the first date, I think, this is easy. I'm a hunter, and everything's going to be downhill from here. But
okay,
yeah.
But part of the fun is the chase of it.
This is a myth. We don't like the chase. We like the path of least resistance.
You don't like the chase.
I genuinely think a lot of guys don't like the chase.
I think if we took a poll out to the streets of Croydon now and asked...
Croydon's a bit of an anomaly, to be fair, but because I think a lot of guys in Croydon like the chase.
If we cast our
From the
nets wider and ask guys about the chase, a lot of them actually need that.
Yeah, I'm definitely not one of those guys. And I'd say a lot of guys...
Listen up, women. He's not one of those guys.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys don't fall into that same boat as well. I think we like an easy life. Must just be the guys
I meet then.
Exactly. This is all the carnival folk who you meet.
Carnival folk?
Yeah, no, it makes it sound like they're carnies.
A travelling circus.
This is a
different. Should be in
different genre of people.
In a cage, in a travelling.
Step right up. I don't know whether they've got an American accent, but anyway, you know what I mean. They got really small hands as well. Swindlers. On the coconut shell.
Little hands is one thing I
really?
Gross.
Speaking of which, like girls like big hands. I'll tell you why.
It's be freakishly big.
No, but I tell you,
little arms and little.
Yeah, I tell you why I bring this up because I was on Hinge quite recently and
Unhinged.
Hinge isn't too bad. We've discussed this. It's not too bad. But on Hinge, there's like an alarmingly, like quite a lot of girls on there who, within their profile, say, "I'm really attracted to guys with big hands."
What?
No. I swear on my life.
You're gonna have to show me evidence of this.
I mean, if you're happy to trawl through, like
trawl through all
Hinge.
of your matches and all of your messages.
I'm just talking about all profiles. But I didn't actually, naively, know the reason why they liked big hands until I asked like someone who I knew. She wasn't like a girlfriend, but I asked someone who I knew, and she told me about it, and I was like, yeah, but that's
size
grim.
Of hand, there's no correlation to anything else. That's a myth.
I know that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Should I be really blunt with it?
Go on.
So they like big hands because they got big fingers for.
Oh.
Fingering.
Oh.
Yeah. And I didn't know
So
this.
they have to specify that in their profile then?
No, they just say they're weirdly attracted to
Big
big hands. But it wasn't until I asked someone, like, why do girls actually like big hands? And then she laid it on me. And I was like, I didn't know that. Because I was like you. I thought it was to do with size downstairs. But apparently not. Apparently I'm just really wet behind the ears.
Oh.
So there you go.
Did not know that. Learned something.
You didn't know that either.
No, I didn't know
exactly.
that.
You sounded quite surprised by it. So.
I am surprised by that.
So yeah, you learn something every day on Unhinged, unfortunately. So
Yeah. Sounds it.
So yeah, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but yeah, that's what it is apparently. How much important? This is just like a general question. Like, how much importance do you put on sex during a relationship, or just in general? I suppose.
I was about to launch in there, and you interrupt.
Sorry,
it's very important.
You like that.
It's very important.
Okay, so
it's the kind of measure of everything else that's happening. If you can't have sex or good sex, then there will 100% be problems elsewhere.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it?
I work with couples as well, and trust me when I tell you this, it's true.
Don't get me wrong, it's an important part, but I think about the times when like I might have underperformed, and that hasn't been any kind of reflection of how I feel about the girl. It's just because, you know, for whatever reason, like mentally, I'm just kind of not there.
I'm not really talking about the odd underperformance. I'm talking about if you're not really having sex often, or you've got different needs and wishes, and she doesn't kind of have the same ones, and you're not really communicating, that problem will often be elsewhere too. Maybe.
I also think it just makes me think about just the difference of perception of sex between guys and girls, because I think ostensibly the view is really that guys don't care about sex and they don't care about how they perform, and
they do.
Yeah,
they massively do.
No, but I mean in terms of like they want to be seen as good, but they don't care about like pleasing the woman. They just want to get their own
I agree
rocks off
with that, and then they have like this set pattern routine, and it's like,
again I hate to keep blaming porn for this, because we did this in the dating episode as well when we were talking about dick pics, but again I feel like porn has got a lot to answer for this as well.
Porn has got a lot to answer to this, but also people who don't say anything either, and just kind of...
What do you mean, in terms of like not communicating during sex, or...
Yeah, or like after it, and just kind of accepting this
just
subpar
saying
behaviour.
Like nothing after sex, just like really
Yes.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, right, and not kind of saying, oh, you know what, actually I didn't come, or that wasn't okay for me. And there are guys who literally, it's like, you know, they don't even see the other person that they're with. It's just right, you know. So yeah, I think communication is key.
It is key.
Mm.
And to be fair, I agree. We probably don't do enough of that as guys. But then me personally, like I like a lot of communication during it. Like I like the woman telling me what she does and doesn't like, which I feel like some women are a bit funny about, because they feel like it's, I don't know, maybe they feel like it's like telling the guy off or something like that. But it's
Depends
like
on the tone of voice you use.
I suppose, yeah. If it's like, stop doing that, or
stop it, more.
Yeah. Obviously, if it's like that, then yeah, it's not
really
good.
That good.
It's not that constructive. But at the same time, like I need to know what you like so I can keep doing more of it. But
me personally, or
no, just in general.
I love making you squirm.
Trying to slide in my DMs.
I love making you squirm.
I know. Go away, axe.
You blushed as well.
How could you see that? You couldn't possibly see that, so stop chatting shit.
You blushed.
I forgot my point as well. I was on a roll, and then you had to throw me a nice little curveball, but there you go. But yeah, I think feedback is important, and not enough people do.
You like a woman who tells you in the moment, yes, I like that, or no,
Yeah, of course.
stop,
Because
or more of that.
yeah, of course. Because you want to know. Like my big thing during it is like you want to make. Well, I want to make sure the woman has as good a time as possible, and unless I know what she likes and doesn't like, then I could be doing all the wrong things for all I know, or doing the things that aren't quite kind of pushing her buttons. So
Which speaks to my earlier point of you need to let these things unfold. You need to allow time.
yeah,
This
But
is why I wait.
that's fair. No, I've got zero problems with waiting.
Not
to
out
be
of
clear.
punishment or some arbitrary, I have to see you 3 times.
Yeah. No, I've got zero problems with people waiting, to be clear. I was just saying that I just have also no problems with people doing it on the first time as well.
Noted. Thanks.
Here we go. You judgy McJudgerson with your eyes as well.
Why? I'm not judging you. Why would me, of all people, I wouldn't judge you.
All right, if you say so. But yeah, I think, sorry, just going back to the point around almost like importance between guys and girls. Like I think we see it as important as you guys, because I think, again, like the kind of the stereotypical view is that girls see it more importantly because it's like an emotional connection, all that kind of stuff. The thing is, us guys see it that way as well. Don't get me wrong, there are some guys who just
But
do
oxytocin is an important chemical that both
easy.
of us
That's
share.
that's too big of a word for this this podcast.
No, but that's what kind of bonds people.
Could you explain that, please? I know
It's
vaguely
a chemical
what it is,
release in your brain.
so like dopamine.
Yeah.
Okay. And what does it do exactly?
And that's that.
Is it like a
kind
pleasure?
of love feeling and that bonding.
Mm. So sorry, what was your point around that? That guys have it more than women, or?
No, so women would have it more than men. So hence, as soon as they've been intimate, it appears, and that's why they then start to feel like feelings, etc. Whereas men can be like,
but it's I'll be honest, it's hard for us guys. I don't know. There is a biological reason. I can't remember what it is, but like we just feel sleepy after it. Like literally after we have had sex and after we've come, like that kind of like 10-minute window is like the clearest.
Mission completed.
It's like the clearest we've ever thought ever, because we come to our senses, we feel like sleepy or tired or whatever, and it's obviously completely.
Whereas a woman,
Yeah,
is
it's
usually
completely
the one who
dichotomous.
wants to snuggle and talk to you.
Yeah.
Oxytocin.
Yeah. But it's
That's
the thing
why.
is, it's not like us guys don't want to do that. It's just like our sex drive after we've come it's dead. It's gone. It's finished.
Yeah.
So, and I think some women take that to offense when really it's just, like I say, I think it's a biological reason. I don't know what it is. I can't articulate it, but there's definitely something biologically where we're
But I
wired
guess
to just.
if they've known you for longer than like an hour, right, at least they can kind of understand that about you a bit more and maybe explain it a bit more.
But does that have anything to do with knowing someone, or is it just knowing about how guys operate?
Yeah, but not all guys are like that, I have to say.
Really?
So
So
I've
you
known
slept
some
with a
men
guy who have been like after they've come, they've just been like all lovey-dovey afterwards.
and they won't stop like stroking you or wanting to talk to you, and even I've got to the point where I'm just like, leave me alone.
Yeah, this is some. I don't know what kind of guys they have in Lewisham, but yeah.
I don't.
Next
For the record, people, I don't live in Lewisham, and I never have lived in Lewisham.
Wherever you say, Emma. That's fine. Whatever helps you sleep at night, but yeah, I just think.
So not all guys have that emotional shutdown.
It's not an emotional shutdown. I just think in comparison to how women feel.
Yeah, but I've explained this on a chemical level to you. That is what happens.
But it's not a shutdown though, because like I say, we don't mind the hugging and stuff. But I just think
not flooded with the same hormones.
I know, I get that, but it's not completely it's not completely devoid of emotion. Like we don't just.
You've got a 10-minute window.
Yeah, it's
starting from.
It's not like we come in and it's just like roll over and it's like get away from me now. It's
I've
not
known
that
some
cold.
guys like that too.
I mean, they're psychopaths. That's why.
Well, that is a very good point. But
Carnival Man.
I never slept with Carnival Man.
I never said that. I just said he was a psycho, but yeah.
No, I just think he was a little bit unhinged.
Maybe he was on Hinge as well.
I don't know.
I guarantee he was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't need to go into the full scientific reasons behind sex, but yeah, I think some women take it to heart too much around how we are after sex. And likewise, sorry, just to kind of circle back on a previous point that I was going to make is, excuse me, they also have, they take it to heart during sex as well. And in the times when we don't perform, for example, and
I feel
we feel
like
flat,
you need to share a personal anecdote at this point.
I mean, there isn't a personal thing. Like, I'll hold my hand up. Like, I've fallen flat many a time. And some of it has been physiological. Some of it has just been, like, alcohol-related or whatever. Just had too much to drink. Some of it's just been, like, mental. Like, I'm just, for whatever reason, you've got stuff going on in your life. Maybe you're just having an off day. Like, that's happened to me loads of times, to be fair. And I suppose the point I was going to make is when that happens, the common answer or the common kind of thing that you hear from women is, was it me or is it me? And this is where I was going to circle back on the point around, like, you know, for guys, like, the emotional connection during sex is as big, maybe not as big, but it's bigger than I think a lot of people give us credit for. And unless we are kind of emotionally and obviously physically attracted to someone, sometimes you don't perform. And yeah, like I say, the throwaway comment is to say, like, is it me? But a lot of the times it's not actually women. A lot of the times it's just the guy. And for whatever reason, like I say, physiologically, mentally, they're not at the races. You were thinking about, like, Epsom Derby or something like that. Like,
and they're off.
But yeah, and so, you know, that sometimes can be quite damaging for guys. Like, I've had it before where,
yeah,
you know,
but for women that is quite difficult. If you think, all right, I'm the only other sort of person there, and maybe if he was watching porn, he'd be excited, he'd be happy, and he's here with me. Are you checking your phone when I'm talking to you? Wow, Christian.
I'm checking the time. Carry on. Listen, people, these episodes are 30-something minutes, so therefore I have to check my phone to make sure that we're not running over time, but we're good.
You didn't literally look at your phone like last time.
I checked the time. I literally looked it up. I was searching for it down here, and then I picked it up, and then I checked the time, and I put it down.
All right, I'm going to go all female on you now. I'm
Go
fine.
For it.
I'm fine.
Oh, here we go. We've got about 7 minutes, by the way.
Okay, fine.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah. So it's hard, I think, right, on occasion, if you start to think, well, maybe if he were watching porn or if he was by himself, he'd be a lot more relaxed and comfortable, and he's not.
But I think girls take it a bit too personally, though, because
I'm just trying to speak generally.
I know, but I'm just speaking generally as a guy as well. And I think some women take it personally, but like I say, sometimes a lot of the time, it's about the guy and what's happening with in the guy's head. And
Sure.
Yeah, just speaking from personal experience, it's never been about how I feel physically or emotionally about the woman I've been sleeping with. It's just been, yeah, for whatever reason, it just hasn't happened really. And then the problem lies, or the problem starts kind of snowballing, I guess, when, you know, the next time you come to sleep with that person, you kind of think about the last time, and then that becomes it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And then rather than kind of going into it thinking about, oh, this is going to be the best time ever, you're thinking about, oh man, I need to stay hard, otherwise this is going to be a disaster.
So the key to that is taking the pressure off entirely.
Exactly, but it's a lot easier said than done, I think. So
it takes practice.
Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect.
And orgasms. Thanks for watching 30 Years and Running. Please subscribe, comment and share. See you next week. Peace.